morning. Welcome everyone to the 8th annual NCOMPAS Policy Summit. Although this is our first time to do something that is both virtual and in person at the same time. So this hybrid event reflects the lessons learned and the realities of coming out of a pandemic, and really how technology and connectivity has changed how we do everything from meeting, from learning, to work, to connecting. So we're very pleased and proud to have a great lineup of speakers today, leaders from the House, the Senate, the FCC, key administration posts. I want to thank our board of directors before we start today. They've given us tremendous leadership and vision over the last years as NCOMPAS has really increased our advocacy, our influence, grown our membership, and in the past year we've celebrated our 40th anniversary, 4 decades of competition. This is the anniversary of the 1996 Act. 26 years ago today, the Constitution of Competition Framework was adopted for our laws, and it really changed our economy and drove American leadership and innovation, and has brought us to where we are today with new networks of 5G and fiber and the applications, the streaming and the over-the-top. The economy that we know today came from that act. You know, as we started 40 years ago, it was to break up a monopoly and bring competition to long distance. It created the new networks of fiber that were the beginning of the internet backbone, the infrastructure of the digital age. In 1992, because of the competition success that came in the long distance industry, competition came to cable, then competition came to wireless, then competition came to every sector of the telecommunications and technology sphere in 1996. We've had 4 decades of success and influence, and that we can celebrate that today. But what is most important is the next 40 years, the next 4 decades. And today you'll hear speakers that will talk about a historic level of funding that will go into every corner, every community, every place, and to every person in the country to provide broadband connectivity. It is a national commitment, a national consensus coming out of the pandemic, and it's much like what the country did in the Depression to say that every person, every home, every business, every place will have electricity. So this is significant. The consequences are tremendous of what we can do working together, advocating together to get it right as we go forward with these historic levels of funding. Another part of our day today will be looking at how do we have spectrum policy that gives American leadership in 5G the best chance to succeed. So 12 gigahertz for 5G is a coalition that NCOMPAS has led, a campaign that we have run. The engineering and the science is on the side of opening this band up to dual use for both satellite and for 5G terrestrial, but more importantly, hundreds of new entrants that can opportunistically share the spectrum in a way that will bring new innovation to the marketplace. We also want to talk about competition in the condo or the NTIA environment. 30% of the country lives in an apartment or in a multi-tenant environment, and many times are locked in to only one choice, and it's a monopoly service for their broadband provider. We want to open that market. Again, consistently, NCOMPAS has been the first to advocate for opening new markets, to bringing competition and the benefits to every consumer. We were the first in the pandemic to take the commitment to keep America connected over the last 2 years. And I couldn't be more proud of our companies for rising to the challenge and meeting the moment. We were the first to endorse DISH as the 4th competitor in the wireless market in recent years. We were the first to advocate for an open internet with interconnection policies that gave birth to the streaming revolution. We were the first to advocate for the deployment agenda so that we could streamline and speed the building of new networks, whether it was dig once or touch once, or the many other ways that we can have best practices and models so that the networks of the future can be built as quickly as possible. We want to continue to have the same culture, commitment, and conviction that our companies do in the marketplace, that a competitor is always going to be the first to innovate, first to try, first to adopt, first to move. And in our culture at Encompass, that is what we're committed to doing in our advocacy, and to be the voice, and to be the first to move, first to advocate, first to speak up, and first to try to bring new change to our laws, to our policies, and our regulations that will speed what America needs the most: the connectivity and all the applications, the opportunities, the education, the health care that will come from it. We have an exciting lineup today. I couldn't be more proud of our staff that have put together the panels and the keynotes. We'll hear from the key congressional leaders of the bipartisan infrastructure bill, the key leaders from the House Commerce Committee, key leaders from the FCC. Chairwoman Rosenworks will give a keynote, and two of our Republican commissioners at the FCC. Leaders from NTIA, Rural Utilities Service, and from the Treasury Department, that all are overseeing billions of dollars in investment into our broadband infrastructure. It's going to be a great day. I want to recognize, before we start our panels and our keynotes, Mike Galvin, who is the new chairman of the Encompass board. He'll be a tremendous leader for us. He's a great friend. He represents a tremendous company, Granite Telecommunications. So we welcome him as the new board chair. We thank Kurt Van Wagenen, our previous board chair, who will continue in a role of leadership on our board. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to a great day, a great set of conversations and keynotes and panels. And thank you once again for being in person, and for all those who are watching as we stream live today.